Assalamu alaikum
Wa alaikum assalam.
wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A very good morning to everyone. I thought that we are supposed to show some faces of happiness. We are in one of the greatest cities in Sudan, which is actually the gateway. All what you see in the beautiful malls in all the towns in Sudan pass through this port. Excellency, with those few remarks, I want to humbly request that I sit down so that we can continue the program. I know you have a very busy program, but I wanted to share our success story, not with me, but with the people who are behind the success story of this event. Wallahi shukran, Allah barik, inshallah. Thank you, sir.
I would like to welcome you, our distinguished guests from these countries around the world. I declare the official opening of this forum. Thank you very much.
The objective of this particular forum is to bring various players of the industry in one place so that we can discuss about the development of the leather sector in Africa. And the approach that we are using in African Leather and Leather Products Institute is an approach which we call triple helix, where we are bringing in the academia, we are bringing in the private sector, we are also bringing in member state representatives, where we discussed about decision making. We're also discussing about how we can transform the SME, the small and medium enterprises, so that we can develop them in Africa so that they can become productive and also they can become economically viable enterprises.
As a professor would say, you'll meet the academia, you'll meet industry players, and you'll meet government officials. So all of us are meeting here, not only from one country, from various African countries. Yeah? And at the end of the day, of course, we go home more enriched than we came, having learned a lot and better empowered to go propel the industry forward.
Most of our countries at the moment, it's only the government making decisions and leaving the private sector on one side, or the private sector thinking of something, and so there is no synergy between government and private sector, and that doesn't really help in the development. If development has to happen, there has to be an equal communication.
I think these forums are exactly doing what they are meant to achieve, which is the sharing of experiences to make sure that we continue moving forward.
In the case of Malawi, we have done so well in moving towards the coming up of the design studio. We are able to share such kind of experiences.
So I think this forum has been quite successful, and it has been very useful in terms of the information sharing that has occurred with the various stakeholders that are in attendance during this event.
Academia produces research works. They produce knowledge, because we need knowledge. We are in the knowledge world.
The care of ALLPI to any African country who want to or wish to promote its leather sector.
The progress of ALLPI is very high now in terms of technology transfer and also the relationship between countries of the member states.
A lot of work that has been done would never have happened if an organization of like ALLPI wasn't there.
I think this would not have been possible without ALLPI, to be quite honest. I mean, this is, as a member of the private sector, I have never seen such a quick implementation of a strategic vision, not just for one country, but that encompasses the whole continent.
ALLPI is a jewel, I would say, in the region. It is one of these organizations that is so active, vibrant, and so committed to advancing the leather industry.
The self-belief that in Africa itself, we can help each other. For instance, we have clusters in Africa, in some countries, that others can learn. Ethiopia is very good in clustering. We have Epicos. Then we have Bulawayo cluster now in Zimbabwe. We have the Kitwe cluster in Zambia. We have in Uganda a cluster that has just come up. Now we want to make sure that we replicate all these successes to other countries so that in totality, within the next 3 to 4 years, Africa will have one of the strongest cluster movement, which then will translate it into a powerhouse. This is our dream. This is our set target. We hope we'll be there.